Previously on St. Elsewhere.
Suggesting the presence of tissue other than corpus luteum means you're pregnant.
All right!
You still can't remember your name.
I need to know, Dr. Weiss. I need to know who I am.
My whole life is coming unglued. I feel like I'm on some weird autopilot.
They're not minks, Roxanne.
The developmentally disabled tend to be less inhibited about sex.
I like touching.
Prue, you can't go around making love every time you feel like it.
You drag your personal problems into this hospital. One rotten marriage after another, your menopausal mood swings, and those brandy kids of yours calling on the phone every time. What the hell?
How long?
Soon.
Well, can't we do something?
Just be patient.
Well, we must be able to do something.
No, not really. Just relax. You have family here?
My girlfriend. I hate this.
Whoa. Talk about your black hole. What happened to the emergency generator?
I don't know. Snowstorm knocked out all the power. I saw it happen. The whole city just disappeared.
I know. I was right in the middle of my greatest hits album in the shower. Think they'll let us out of school early? Got a match? See me, feel me, touch me, heal me. Boomer.
Ow! That's my foot!
Sorry. Mr. Dollar, I need you to sign this form. We'll be ready to go. You can just sign.
Me too. My stomach hurts worse than before, Mommy. Feel like throwing up.
I know, Prue, sweetheart. We'll make it go away.
I need an orderly.
You rang?
Yeah, Luther. Would you get Miss Dollar up to the third floor, 3415? Prue, see you upstairs.
Okay.
Ow! Sorry. Come on, follow me.
I'm scared.
Oh, don't worry about it. The lights will be on in a second. Oh, if you want, you can hold my hand.
Thought for sure she was over here.
Will you get that out of my eyes?
There she blows. Emergency generator is supposed to kick in all by herself.
All by yourself, huh?
You boys find the trouble.
Emergency generator is supposed to kick in all by herself.
I'm aware of that, Carl, but why didn't it?
Don't know. How about you, Kyle?
Must be broken.
Right, broken.
Do you think the auxiliary generator will keep on working until the blackout's over?
Hope so.
Stay here and see that the blasted thing does. The fate of the patients and staff of this hospital is in your hands. God help us. These people, after walking miles, carrying their children, got in line, and they weren't even sure if there's going to be enough food to feed all of them. But there was no pushing and no shoving, no me first, none of that. Well, it changed the way I felt about waiting. And now every time I go and buy a box of popcorn at the movies or wait during rush hour for the tea.
Anybody down there?
Yes, we're here.
Slide open this trap door.
Anybody pregnant?
No, we just met.
Anybody hurt?
No. Just get us out of here, will you?
We're trying, pal, we're trying. But the damper system of your elevator car got screwed up. I don't think you'll get power, even though the lights in the rest of the building came on.
I really hate this. Take some deep breaths, might make you feel better.
Works. So where exactly is Ethiopia, anyway?
Oh, Dr. Craig, your patient, Lisa Brinkmore, just passed another bedpan full of blood.
Hematocrit?
Computer's down. It'll take me a second to get the records. All I know is BP's 80/60, pulse 120. She's dizzy and from Cincinnati.
Transfuse another 2 units of blood and bump the board for an OR. She has to go back into surgery.
You know how spooky it is driving along Starro Drive with no streetlights on?
Donald?
Have a good evening, Dr. Craig.
Where do you think you're going?
Home finally.
No, you're not. You're assisting me in OR. Stat.
But Dr. Craig.
No buts. Brink mole is hemorrhaging. You gotta do a B&P.
Robert's mother and sister.
I don't want to hear about it. Daniel? Where the hell is everybody?
Snooky, Mr. Ernstein's ready to be sent upstairs and tucked into bed. I have time for one more before my shift's over. And no Foley catheters in the dark. Terry Valaire?
Yes, here.
Cramps and bleeding? You've been here before. Have you tried to contact Dr. Chandler?
We couldn't reach him. When the pain got worse, we felt the best thing to do was come right over.
Okay, you want to follow me? Just step inside. You're going to have to wait out here.
Okay, Mr. Fitzsimmons, hop on up in the middle cubicle and unbutton your shirt.
You gotta help me.
What is it?
There's a full moon tonight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now, breathe in. Out.
Listen, I'm gonna turn into a vampire or a werewolf or a Republican. I'm never sure which.
Tell me something.
Uh-huh.
Why do you loons always come out on the same night? And why do you always come to me?
Okay, Snooky. Call OB Jim. Find out if you're still seeing customers. Also try to contact Dr. Chandler, Miss Valerian 3 is his patient. And with that, Snooks, I'm a goner.
Wayne?
Mona! I was just gonna call you. Are you on your way in or out?
I'm terrified. All the lights went out in my apartment. I don't have a flashlight. I don't have a candle.
Take it easy.
Oh, I heard creaks and crashes.
Well, I
and-
finished today's edition of the Foo Bar Patrol, so why don't we go back to my apartment?
In the pitch dark blackout?
Well, I have a dry cell battery.
Well, actually, I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat.
Oh, no.
Hold me.
Oh, was that you?
What?
Petting like a schoolboy?
No, fondling like a resident.
Atta girl.
Third floor, nurse's station. Hi, Richard, what's up? No, Richard, hi, Mr. Hensley. No, I told Jeff that under no circumstances can he spend the night at Stevie Sherwin's house. That boy's practically a felon. Thanks. Right back. Stuck working the late shift, huh? Yeah, but it's my choice. This way I don't have to deal with Papandreou. Since I slapped her, we only converse in monosyllables. Third floor. I'll be right there. The life support system failed in 3240. See you tomorrow.
Go get me some oxygen tubing, Stat.
Ray. Oh, hi, Bob. Tough day.
Tough year. Can't seem to shake this depression.
You know what I do?
No. Maintenance is working on the situation. Too much energy is being sucked out of the auxiliary.
Daniel, I have a woman prepped and waiting on an OR table. If I don't operate soon, I'll lose it.
Transfer the girl.
She's not stable enough to move. Besides, I wouldn't trust my patient to one of those schlockmeisters at Boston General.
Then go ahead with the procedure.
And risk the respirator blinking on and off like a pinball machine? No, thank you.
If we minimize the use of electricity elsewhere in the hospital and eliminate unnecessary equipment in the OR, there should be enough power to get you through.
What unnecessary equipment? You want me to give her a bullet to bite on?
Exactly. Fall back on old methods.
Now you're out of your mind. Risk factors would be quadrupled. Where the blazes did Donald go? I mean, for a guy who everyone claims is Mr. Stick-to-Ativity, he was out of here in a flash.
What are you going to do?
I haven't got much choice, do I? I'm going in and I'm operating now.
Sometimes I walk down these corridors and I want to pull the plaster right out of the walls. One big wrecking ball, you know what I mean? Start all over again. Ever since I came back to St. Eligius, it seems like it's out of control and there's nothing I can do to stop the craziness. And today, this is typical. There ain't no power, no nothing. Stuck.
You're a funny guy.
How so?
Well, you tell me to be patient. You say in Ethiopia you learn all about waiting. And yet
How you doing down there?
When are we gonna get out of here?
Well, it'll be a while.
Well, can't you throw down a ladder or something?
You'd fall and break your keister. We're sending down a little care package, though. Look out below. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be in touch with you later.
Yeah.
So what is it?
There we go. That's better.
Lister operated under better conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, emergency surgery is hazardous enough without hindrances. But this young girl's life can't wait for Boston Edison to get its act together. She's relying on us to pull her through. Now, since we have no backup system in this dung heap, we won't be able to use the respirator, blood warmer, or other vital hardware. So I expect 100% concentration or get out of this OR right now. Dr. Wade?
Ready to proceed?
All right, let's begin. Scalpel.
You look very handsome right now.
Flame does wonders for my skin tone. You'd love me at a 3-alarm fire.
I already do.
What?
You know, love you.
Let's go.
Where?
I know a place. Then again, so did Petula Clark.
Still taking antibiotics?
Nope, never took one.
Wow, I never would have guessed.
Dr. Mott suggested it.
Well, you don't act depressed.
Well, let's just say I've been feeling a little low lately.
Well, with all you've been through, the resident review committee ready to shut down plastics, all the sleazy girls you've been seeing, I mean, the sexual harassment problem with Lucy Papandreou and, the scars. I mean, no wonder you're suicidal. Oh, no, he's still here.
What's the matter?
This guy asks for spaghetti and meat sauce. I tell him it's cold. He says I don't care, so I give him the spaghetti and meat sauce. He goes bananas.
Sauce has garlic in it. I can't eat garlic.
All spaghetti sauce has garlic in it.
The vampires can't stand this stuff.
Help me, Dr. Axelrod, please, I beg you. I am slowly losing the power of reason. I can't help myself. Stop me. Stop me before I need to suck blood from some poor unsuspecting damsel.
Elliot, get this guy up to psych and admit him. He's your patient.
Just dump him on the street somewhere or give him spaghetti with no sauce.
Obviously needs some help. Take it easy. Dr. Axelrod's gonna take very good care of you.
Why me? Why is it always me?
How am I supposed to get the food upstairs with no elevator?
I've had maintenance cut the power while Mark's performing emergency surgery. We must drain as little as possible.
How long will the operation take?
I have no way of knowing.
Well, what do you suggest I say to a room full of patients waiting for their dinners?
Like everyone else in this hospital, they'll have to be more flexible tonight.
Excuse me.
Yes, Luther.
I think I have a solution to the problem.
Really?
Meet me on the 3rd floor.
Ooh, never been down here before. Have you?
Many times.
I mean, with other women?
Oh, Mona.
Yes or no?
Hi.
Hi.
I was talking to her.
Hello?
Carl, I can't leave you alone for 5 minutes.
Where are we going anyway?
Right here.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Carry over the threshold till you burn your butt.
Oh, careful.
Mona.
Kiss me. Ooh, that was my ear.
Kyle, I don't smell anything smoking in here.
Hold that light higher for crying out loud. I can't see what I'm doing. You don't have the stamina, step out. Let someone else take your place.
I've located both vagus nerves.
Be sure you check for a third. So, Dr. Wade, your in-laws have invaded the happy homestead, hmm?
Yes, sir.
You should be grateful. I saved you from a hideous meal.
Actually, I get along with my husband's family better than my own. Besides, Robert was poaching trout with champagne tarragon sauce. The best.
Hold on there, Buster. Dr. Wade, check the temperature.
37.
All right, go ahead. So Robert's a gourmet cook, huh? I'm not so bad in the kitchen myself. My coquille Saint-Jacques, Provençal, for example.
Blood's not moving fast enough. Better squeeze the life out of it.
I saute sliced scallops just until they turn opaque. And I mix in finely minced onion and garlic. Toss in tomatoes, parsley, thyme, a little dry vermouth. I've got a bleeder here.
Cautery.
Wake up, Wade. We can't use the cautery, remember?
Yes, sir.
Am I the only one paying attention here?
I'll tie by hand. Snaps.
That's why this operation is going to take 3 times longer than usual. One more snafu, Wade, and you'll be home in time for dessert.
Orange caramel trifle.
One polydeck.
What was her last period?
What are we talking about?
I examined your daughter, Mrs. Dollar. She's gained 3 pounds. She's nauseated, her breasts are tender, her uterus is slightly enlarged. I called in Dr. Ehrlich for an OBGYN consult.
Why?
I think maybe your daughter's, with child. Boy, that smells good.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, we don't know for sure, and we won't know until after the blood tests are finished.
Very clever, Luther.
All in a day's work.
By the way, where's Donald?
I have no idea.
We approve.
Howdy. Mrs. Valeri, you back from having the crit already?
I haven't gone yet.
Luther! Luther, I need you to get a patient, Mrs. Valeri, right in here, down to Dr. Wozniak in hematology, stat line.
On my way.
Helen Sweets, could I eat one of those? I haven't had a chance to grab Din Din.
Forget it. Mr. Hansley, get back to the ward. Food will be here in a minute. And you know that there is no smoking except in designated areas. Alrighty. Supper's here.
I'm really not very hungry.
I am.
Dr. Chandler turn up yet?
Nope, you might as well cool your heels, Mr. Valeri. They do the same thing in hematology you do on the floor of the stock market.
I'll be here, honey.
Well, Luther, what do you think?
About what?
I wasn't supposed to be back in this hospital till the baby was born. Something's wrong.
Well, you don't know that for sure.
I was adopted, you know. Surrounded by people who didn't look like me. Oh, don't get me wrong, I was loved all right. I want this child to be from me. I've gone through this artificial insemination, the in vitro, merely to perpetuate myself. Is that ego?
Yeah?
Thanks.
Mrs. Valeri, I'm alone in the world. No family, no money, not much of a job. And I see you and I say, look at all she's got. She should be happy. No one's got it all. You see what I'm saying? And not moaning about it is what makes us heroes. Take it easy.
Okay.
Yeah?
Oh, they must go out of their way to make these chairs so uncomfortable.
Oh, boy. You'll never be a hero.
Dr. Wozniak?
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, so am I. I'm not looking forward to being poked with needles.
I have to draw blood.
Okay, which arm?
Neither from your neck.
You ever been in prison, man? No. Most time I've ever done is in traffic school. 3 solid days in jail. Amarillo, the Texas Panhandle. Oh, it was a drug bust. You know, you were talking earlier about not having any control? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You ever had your hands cuffed behind your back? No. Ever been thrown into a rat-infested stinking hole for 72 hours? Now the jail door slams shut and you think, totally no mercy. You could forget about me. All of a sudden, nothing matters but getting out of there. Mm-hmm. Being free. Yeah, being free. Took my girlfriend 3 days to raise the bail. And I got to thinking. I was thinking to myself now, wait a minute. Maybe she doesn't want me to get out of here. You get paranoid. You've only got 4 walls to bounce around. So how does it feel to be caged up with a full-fledged felon? Come on, take it easy. Let us out! Listen, when the workers show up again, we'll have them check on your girlfriend's status, all right? All right, yeah. Okay. I'll tell you, man, I learned a very important thing from my arrest. If you want to tow, do it where you won't get caught. You want to get out?
He said I've got to bite your neck. So I flipped the guy over and he started crying like a baby. A baby wolf.
I tell you, Elliot, I don't think Tim is crazy. Stress-ridden, anxious, yes, but not certifiable.
Dr. Mott, do me a favor. Take him off my back.
No.
I want to die. Right here, right now. Have Dr. Weiss come in. He's a psychiatrist.
I'm a psychologist. We're just as good.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I tell you what I will do. When you get the blood test results, bring them to my office and we'll try to figure this out.
It's obvious the guy's a dime short.
So long, Tim.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Back to the ward.
No, please, anyplace else, somewhere with room to breathe.
I thought vampires enjoyed closed spaces, like caskets.
I don't understand how you got from Washington Heights to Tulane.
Delta Airlines.
Come on. I want to get to know the real you. I think it'll make us better together.
Tulane is the Harvard of the South.
It is?
And the Harvard of the North laughed at my application.
Just shift your weight to the other elbow.
Sure. Oh, I like that.
Did you have many women at Tulane?
By gender, yes. Did you? Was there a lot of men in your past?
I went to a Catholic nursing school.
Pretty restricted, right?
Oh, yeah. But, I did make love with a guy who's now a bishop.
You couldn't get none?
Mrs. Dowler, can I see you for a minute? Hi.
Hi.
The results are positive. She's definitely pregnant. Now, what I've done...
I want to make arrangements for an abortion.
Look, I know this is, there's no rush to decide.
I've had the last few hours to think. I don't need any more time.
Have you talked it over with Prue?
My daughter has the mind of a 7-year-old. She barely knows how to tie her shoes. I'm not letting a bad mistake get worse.
Well, there are plenty of other options.
Yeah, like what?
Well, you could always keep the baby, or you could put it up for adoption. Abortion can't be the best choice.
Prue was with a busload of disabled people that got hit by a drunk driver. Not my choice. She was brought here. Not my choice. She and a retarded boy made love. Now, you've got some nerve telling me I can't step in now. This is my child who's pregnant, and your hospital is responsible.
Dr. Wade, take a look at the pylorus.
There's too much scarring. Are we going to remove a portion of the stomach?
You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, a serious situation has just kicked into overdrive. Orange juice, suture that tissue.
Snaps.
All right. Keep bagging it, Henry. I want everybody to stay exactly where they are. Find someone, get me a progress report on the blackout. Now, I'm not prepared to switch horses here and start revving up the machines until I'm positive the lights won't go off again. As long as this young woman's life is in danger, no one relaxes. Understand? Now, just keep those lights up. Let's continue.
Fitzsimmons, you know Bella?
Absolutely.
Lugosi. You're a vampire, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what people tell me. Ever since I was a little boy, I couldn't even go out in the sunlight without feeling sick. Do you have any idea what it's like to be pasty-looking your whole life?
No, not exactly.
I couldn't wait for daylight savings time to end so that I could go out earlier for walks. All the kids in the block would yell, "Fang face!" My father had the same problem, and ever since he died, I have no friends.
So you're not really a vampire?
No, I'm not. I'm a werewolf. Oh!
Your wife's pregnancy tests are back. I'm afraid the news isn't very good. Mrs. Buller did have a miscarriage. I've scheduled a D&C for tomorrow morning, assuming that is the lights are on by then.
How am I gonna tell her?
If you'd like, I will.
No.
Times like this, my Aunt Therese used to say it.
The George Glass Company. Hi, Bill DeGeorge, DeGeorge Glass. No. Durkin Sewing Center. Hi, Frank Durkin here. Durkin Sewing Center? No.
Hello, John. Still can't remember your real name?
Well, I thought, letting my fingers do the walking might trigger what I did for a living. See, if I can remember that, maybe I can figure out my true identity. Stop being just another John Doe. Callisto Instruments. Hi, Donato Callisto here. Huh? Nah.
I'm sure the authorities are doing everything they can.
What authorities?
The police, the FBI.
Ooh, FBI. I like those letters. What can they do?
Identify missing persons. Well, maybe there's a record of you at the IRS, the DMV, TRW.
Ooh, wait a minute. Let me write this down. The IRA, DMZ, FYI.
FBI.
Oh, F.
B.
B. I am exhausted.
Louis, I know. What did that doctor say to your mother? I'll try to reach the doctor myself, okay?
Here to Candace.
Thanks. Have you seen Mr. Hensley?
I just left him in the solarium.
Oh, do me a favor. Go get him. He's been wandering around the halls all evening smoking cigarettes. It's time he should be sleeping.
We should all be sleeping.
Louis, we got a blackout here in Boston. I don't think I can get out of Logan. Look, pal, she'll be fine. She's strong as a horse. She'll be all right. Just keep me posted, will you? And give her my love. Right. Lisa Mountier, mother of one of my best friends from college. During the summer, we used to go up to her farm, milk cows, shuck corn, farm girls. Lady something like 80 years old. A real fine old money gentility.
She's important to you.
Well, there was a time when I didn't get along with my folks too well. They were on me to buckle down, study, fulfill my grand potential or some crud like that. And they really beat me down. I'd go up to the farm. She's closer to me than my own mother. You know, if I could get to Baltimore, I could make the difference. I could deal with her doctors.
I'm looking for Helen Rosenthal.
You found her.
Officer Mike Stone.
You're working awfully late, aren't you?
That blackout put us behind. I've been authorized by the Boston Municipal Court to serve you with this complaint. You are hereby ordered to appear before the court on the date named within.
She's really done it. Pandreo is taking me to court for assault and battery.
Mr. Hensley, it's time for Betty Bye. Let me get you a chair. Mr. Hensley. Cold blue in the solarium.
Crashed out of the market, out of the door, put out upon the show, blown out of the picture, back against the wall.
Pretty bleak view of the world, isn't it?
It's a pretty bleak world to view.
No, I don't agree.
Oh, man, you are a piece of work. What's so great about life, anyway? People get cancer. They get tumors of the brain. Their hearts explode.
That's death, not life.
Oh, fine. Jazzing through the 80s. Christians kill Muslims, and Muslims kill Israelis, and Israelis kill Palestinian terrorists who kill anybody they can get their hands on.
You're still talking about death.
I'm talking about the human disease. Knives in the alley. Rip-offs. Rape. Above it all hangs total destruction. Handcrafted by man, of course.
This where marijuana gets you?
Oh. If I get high, so what? It's the filth easier to live with.
You know, I have a daughter in college. You all think you're going to live forever, don't you? Well, let me tell you something, my friend. When you've been around a little longer, you're going to realize how precious every day is.
I've had it with you, man! I've had it! 5 twisted hours with Pollyanna. That's it. I'm out of here. So long.
Maybe you're not going anywhere.
You keep the light, pal. I'm a creature of the dark. He's been down 2 minutes. Okay, bag him. Not now. Okay, I'll take over. I know what I'm doing.
Look, Luther, this is no time to debate the adequacy of your paramedic training. I'm running this code. Now move! Put him on a monitor, stat.
Mr. Dollar doesn't have the right to choose the crew.
According to the Supreme Court, she does. You want to take on Chief Justice Berger?
There's no guarantee the crew's child would be retarded.
Be more careful what you eat. If whatever you have for dinner, Jack, off your diet.
And even if it was, the child still has a right to live.
I've got to go see Mrs. Valera.
I want you to help me to talk to Mrs. Dollar.
No way, pal.
Why not?
I'm new to the wonderful world of obstetrics. When I've seen a pregnancy, nausea, insomnia, bloating, postpartum hair loss, varicose veins, hemorrhoids, indigestion, not to mention pounds and pounds of ugly, unwanted fat. I wouldn't ask my own mother to go through it again. That is, if she were still alive and I were still unborn.
I see. Abort life to avoid the inconvenience.
Ever since Clancy did the deed, you've been in a lather. You know, you're a doctor, not a judge.
Richard, you know a good lawyer.
She can put the baby up for adoption.
Prue still has to give birth. For a woman who understands, it's one thing, but a retarded girl? You want to try and explain to her why she's screaming in pain?
Yes.
Well, good luck. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Terry wants a kid can't, Prue has one and won't.
I just chatted Drew out with the city engineer.
City engineer, huh?
Told him this was an unconscionable situation and that I intend to make a public outcry in order to get our equipment up to date. By the way, what are you doing here? I told you not to leave your post.
That's what I came to here to tell you when she gets a new apartment.
3rd floor. What? No, the phones are working. What? Oh, no, you have a nice day. You know, if I lose to Lucy, I have to pay all medical bills, punitive damages for emotional distress. $15,000 of distress? For that much, I should have knocked out teeth. Where are you going?
Baltimore. See Mrs. Mountier. If I speed, I'll be there by morning.
You can't. The roads are too icy. The snow's still falling.
Helen, she was always there for me. I gotta be there for her.
Could I use that phone, please? Thank you. Hello, FBI? J. Edgar Hoover, please. No, he's not. Can I leave him a message? Who's calling? Well, I'm at St. Legis Hospital in Boston. My name? That's the problem. I don't know. How do they expect to stay in business if they treat their customers like this?
You'll be all right. Hurts like hell, man. At least you can feel it. I guess I got too high. Look, I'm sorry if I sounded old. It's just that I'm selfish enough to believe that my being alive has some meaning. That we, all of us, are important. Hope doesn't come from what life is or what it could be, but what it ought to be.
Do you know any songs, man?
Elliot, I've got it. Porphyria.
How nice for you.
No, I took the liberty of checking Mr. Fitzsimmons' blood profile. My guess, he's suffering from a rare genetic disease called porphyria.
I've never heard of it.
It's a malfunction of the body's ability to manufacture a blood product called heme. The patient is extraordinarily sensitive to sunlight because it disfigures the skin, and garlic exacerbates the symptoms. But we can treat it with dietary therapy. Now, according to this, people of the Middle Ages who were considered vampires were really suffering from porphyria. Here. Return the book.
6 floors to the morgue. At least it's all downhill. That's one way of getting there.
I'm dreaming. It's the greatest night of my life.
You say that to all the girls.
I mean it this time.
Really?
You are so beautiful. No, don't turn away. I want to look at you. I wish we could lie like this forever.
Yeah. Who needs food?
Music be the food of love. Play on.
That's so...
I know. It's inappropriate. But that's the great thing about love. You can say stupid things like, I've never felt like this before.
That's because you're feeling me.
I love you.
I dreamt you'd say that to me.
I really love you.
I love you too.
Would you marry me?
Sure.
Pat? Blood pressure holding steady? We controlled the bleeding. Looks like she's gonna make it. Get it a post-op stat.
Dr. Craig.
Yeah?
Sir, this may seem presumptuous of me, but, well, I really...
Spit it out.
The team worked very hard in there all night long. Don't you think that... I mean, being a hard ass is one thing, but they deserve some kind of thanks.
For doing their job? Anyone in that room is there because they're the best. Just by selecting them, I gave them my appreciation. They work hard because they're supposed to, because they want to save people. You catch my drift?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Wade?
Sir?
I'll bet you thought I was going to say good job. Stay with them until she's safely upstairs.
So I'm not a monster?
No, you have porphyria.
How nice for me.
Look, Tim, I owe you an apology. Porphyria is a very rare disease. And worse than suffering from the illness of that disease is a lack of sensitivity from the outside world. But your case is even rarer. People made you think you were a spook, so you started acting like one. I mean, this isn't the Dark Ages.
I know it only looks like them.
Oh, you seem disappointed.
No, not really. It's just that after all these years as a misfit of science, it's going to be kind of hard to live as a manimal like you.
Excuse me, are you a doctor?
Yes. What's the problem?
Sprained my back.
Well, how did that happen?
I was winging my way from Jupiter to Mars, and the teletransporter ran into a shower of meteors. I didn't have my seatbelt fastened.
Why me? Why is it always me?
Dr. Early.
Toodles, Luther.
Oh, Dr. Early. Listen, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think I have the potential to move upward in the medical community?
You talk about riding shotgun in an ambulance, sure, but I wouldn't get my hopes up for Surgeon General. What's this all about?
I don't know. It just seems to me like I know how this hospital works better than most anybody. But it's holding me back. I want to help people, not just clean up after they puke.
You will. Just takes time.
Well, I'm ready now.
I see. Like an eaglet ready to fly from the nest.
Yeah.
Like a salmon ready to swim upstream.
Uh-huh.
Like a lemming...
Never mind.
I'm gonna go home and call my family and tell them the news.
That's great.
Do you wanna come? Say hello.
I'd love to, but I'm just about to start my shift.
Okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Oh, I'm so happy. Dr. and Mrs. Wayne Fiscus.
Dr. and Mrs. Wayne Fiscus. What have I done?
St. Eligius. No, Dr. Corwell's left for the day. Oh, yes, Mr. Montier. Your mother died? I'm sorry, I'll tell him.
You're still here.
I haven't pulled an all-nighter since my days in the Pacific Theater. I've just had an idea.
Blackout might be over.
Oh, give me some help here, please. What's that shoulder, Daniel? It's dislocated. Oh. Tell him get that gurney over here. He's got a severe fracture. Oh! Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. All right. ER, Helen.
Okay.
Wait. My name is Donald, man.
So's mine.
So you be cool, Don.
You look wretched.
Well, I don't think you'd win any beauty contest today either.
Blackout's over.
Thank God. Much damage?
Nothing we couldn't handle. You know, you may think I'm crazy, but despite all the trouble, I rather enjoyed myself. There was a kind of moonstruck fantasy to the place. Sort of midwinter night's dream, so to speak.
Yeah, I know this is no big universal question, but there's something I've never understood. How does electricity work? Why is it always there? It'd be great if the human spirit could be recharged that simply.
You're in one of those moods. I'm ready for slumber.
Uh-huh, Donald. I get it. Now that the shooting has stopped, you've decided to come back to work.
Well, actually, Mark...
Save the excuses. When the going gets tough, the internists go home.
Mark, I wouldn't get on that one.
Yeah, well, I guess there's a lot of things I do that you wouldn't.
Hey, we're stuck!
We'll get on it right away, Mark.